this is a dangerous fight for Jake. Gervonta's technical expertise, his speed, his precision, the fact that he's a counter striker are dangerous facts that make me think that Jake's really got to lock in for this one. On the contrary, if Gervonta feels a couple big Jake Paul shots, it's going to be detrimental.
I think this is going to be one of those ones that gets a real good racial split. I think it's going to be some real black versus white. Floyd, you are massive. You're a massive dude. Floyd's tiny. And I'm sure when you were training, you're like, all right, I'm going to hit this guy with a couple punches and grab him, tie him up. And he did hit you with a bomb of an overhand right in one time. And you ate it. You ate that punch. And Gervonta, I think, hits way harder than Floyd. But he's too small. I mean, your brother's going to be able to, get inside on him, put his weight on him, tie him up. But I don't.
All right, guys, listen up. Dana White lit a fire under fight fans when he ripped into the idea of Jake Paul stepping in against Gervonta Tank Davis. The UFC boss didn't sugarcoat a thing. He straight up questioned whether Tank, a decorated lightweight, could even begin to close the insane size gap. Paul's a much bigger man, and White made it clear, this matchup isn't just bold, it might not even be fair from the start.
Yes.
Oh, I don't care. I don't think anyone cares, man. No one cares. No one cares.
Said that you'd like to go up against Canelo Alvarez. What gives you the fucking right to call out a 59-2 boxer, one of the greatest of all time, when you've not yet proven yourself?
I'm predicting what's going to happen
In
3 more years from now.
So I'm
going to get to his skill level and beat him. I have one of the greatest self-belief systems in the world, and I know what I'm capable of. And with this new team, I can give Canelo a serious fucking run.
White brought receipts too. He reminded everyone of Logan Paul towering over Floyd Mayweather. Same deal here, massive physical difference. Jake Paul, walking close to 200 pounds, versus Davis, who usually hovers around 133. Skill versus size is always the debate, but White warned size doesn't just disappear when the bell rings. He practically dared fans to ask themselves, can even Tank's explosive power break through Paul's frame and weight advantage?
Told me before his goal is to fight Canelo, so that's where his mindset's at.
He get fucked up by Canelo. Oh, I'm sorry, it's TMG.
You can curse.
I apologize, but
no apologize about.
There's no way he get demolished.
My brother, unfixable.
I don't hate your brother.
He made a diss track on you, though.
He's always talking shit about the UFC and all this other stuff. It's like an obsession for him. Now him and the Warlock are running around trying to fucking sue people. He's going to fight fucking Gervonta Davis. It's like when you... Who do you got? You guys need to fight guys your fucking same size. But I don't hate your brother. Your brother's out there doing his thing.
Have you guys ever sued anyone?
I don't think so.
Really? Do you think that the relationship can be mended eventually?
Into what? As far as what?
I don't know.
We're going to hang out and go see a movie or something? I mean...
I don't know, just to be cordial. Just because,
Yeah, we can be cordial. I have no problem with your brother.
Yeah.
We are in the fucking fight business, man.
Yeah.
Lots of mean things are said.
Yeah.
If I didn't like your brother, I'd say, I can't stand your fucking brother. And
Dana wasn't the only one firing shots. Logan Paul decided to stir the pot further, bragging online that Jake could even beat Canelo Alvarez. Yeah, you heard that right, Canelo, one of the pound-for-pound greats. Logan knew the backlash would come, so he locked his replies. But the damage was done, every fan and critic started talking. Outrage? Check. Buzz? Absolutely. The hype machine kept rolling, whether people liked it or not.
Bro, that's a fucking disgrace of a fight.
Yeah.
You know it. Just like Mike Tyson, low-key was a disgrace. But we accepted it, but
Yeah.
he was 60 years old. I mean,
Right.
The casuals don't see the weight difference. They see Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis here. And if Gervonta Davis doesn't fuck up Jake Paul, they're going to think Jake Paul is some pound-for-pound champion type of fight.
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis, he's actually really small. Like, when I fought him, he's small.
Yeah.
So I just think it's a very unfair fight.
Jake himself doubled down, claiming in a few years he'll reach Canelo's level. He called it self-belief, one of the strongest in the world. And his team wasn't quiet either. Paul's promotion bragged that his Netflix fight with Mike Tyson crushed records, doubling the audience of Canelo's showdown with Crawford. They weren't just selling Jake as a fighter, they were pushing him as the future of boxing business itself.
has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, I mean, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and, you know, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80.
Every Jake Paul fight gets whispers of being staged. After Tyson, the noise got so loud that Paul threatened lawsuits. He even forced Piers Morgan to walk back his claims. Dana White laughed at the irony, Paul, the king of trash talk, suddenly losing his cool when others do the same. White said it best, Jake built his brand on reckless words, now he's crying foul when they're aimed at him.
Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul, not a real fight, an exhibition fight, November the 15th.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting going from heavyweight to lightweight very quickly. You know, we knew that Jake would potentially take a fight this side of the year. I think I was the first one to say about 3 or 4 months ago that fight was agreed between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul. I wasn't expecting it to be announced today. But it is what it is. I'm not, you know, I've had a lot of media asking me my opinion of it today. It is what it is. I think on one side, you have to understand the business of it. I hate these exhibitions. I hate these 14-ounce gloves. I don't know what it's going to be, but like, you know, you've now got Jake, who's a 210, 220 pounder fighting a 135 pounder. Bit weird, but at the same time, you know, I can't be a hypocrite and say, if you're Gervonta Davis and you're being offered 20, 30, 40 million, whatever the number is, and you're getting 7 or 8 to fight Lamont Roach in a 50-50, what are you going to do? I mean, maybe the kid's half checked out of the game anyway, you know? So I think as long as we kind of established it's not boxing and it's just this entertainment thing, then I get it. But, you know, I think it probably, a lot of people are saying, you know, do you still want to fight him? Anthony. It's like, we never really wanted to fight him. We were never really looking for the fight. We were approached about the fight and we would have said yes. Whether they actually ever wanted to fight him or whether it was just, you know, for a bit of clout. But if he did want to fight, probably does change things a little bit now because, you know, if he gets beat up by Gervonta or, I don't know, like, I just don't know what's going to happen, but that's the freakiness of it. So I can't really knock it. But
other fighters joined the chorus. Ryan Garcia admitted Tank hits like a truck. He knows firsthand after being stopped by him. But Garcia warned, punching power doesn't mean much when the other guy outweighs you by nearly 70 pounds. He called it simple physics. Meanwhile, Teofimo Lopez said never count boxing out, Paul's improving, and the sport is unpredictable. He didn't crown Jake, but he left the door cracked open for an upset.
Out singing Kumbaya songs. That this is it. One of them right here. I think he gonna have 2. This is one. The next one gonna be Manny Pacquiao, I think. And then I think that's when he gonna get up and he gonna say, bye boxing. Thank you so much. Yep. And guess what? They gonna be 2 years from now, they gonna be saying, Tank Davis. Do you know who this is? Yeah. This is the Hall of Fame. Yep. Tank Davis getting in the Hall of Fame. I don't get
the issue for this that I have is you have a legitimate 135-pound champion fighter getting in the ring with a 190-pound guy, whatever it is that Jake Paul is at. So now we already let's really answer this thing. Tank maybe walks around at 150, maybe. We know he's not walking around at 170. We could maybe say 160, but we know without a shadow of a doubt 150. Right? In shape 145. In shape. You know what I mean? So this is different from a Crawford coming up to 168, but we know his walk around weight is probably 170, 180. You know, so going at 168, this thing right here is just all the way different.
Yeah.
And that's my thing with this one. It's like, this is the one, Jake, that, you know, I get it. You need somebody that's really got some eyeballs on them in order for you to really take this thing serious. But at the same time, you getting in the ring with a borderline midget. You know what I mean?
Is he standing on the stool in this picture?
He borderline midget.
Mike Perry, though, wasn't buying it. Having fought Jake, Perry flat out said Davis might not even have the hunger anymore, pointing to his shaky performance against Lamont Roach. Eddie Hearn, the promoter, echoed the confusion. Why would Davis risk it all against a giant YouTuber-turned boxer instead of fighting legit opponents in his weight class? To Hearn, this wasn't a smart career move, it was cash grabbing, plain and simple.
Tank fucks him up.
Why?
He's a good fighter, man.
He has experience. He's a great fighter. I think he's the best in the world. But why are you mad?
He could be the best in the world.
Why are you mad at the fight?
No, I'm not mad at the fight. I'm not going to watch it, but...
Everyone's going to watch it. You will watch it. If it's
when
on...
is it?
A week after Virgil, November 14th.
Oh, it's on a Friday?
Yeah.
I'll watch. But I'm not going to pay for it.
No, it's on Netflix. It's free. That's why I'm saying even more. Look, today, Robert, who can make money on pay-per-view? Is everyone stealing pay-per-views?
That's good for them, man. He's making a lot of money, which I don't fucking blame. Like I said, if I had one of those fighters that could do that, then I would do the same. You know, I'm not saying that.
You have a lot of big names here.
But, you know, like Mayweather started doing that with MMA fighters and shit like that because he already accomplished so much. Tank hasn't, bro. Tank never fought, never unified, never took challenges, never challenged the big fighter.
30-0, 28 knockouts.
He never had that challenge to fight the next fight. You know, Paulie, ask Paulie about him, man. Paulie tell you the same shit. Fucking Tank is a
You can ask me. Ask me. I'll tell you how I feel.
I fucking enjoy watching his fights. But he never took challenges, man. He never did. But this one, fuck.
Tim Bradley raised another angle. He suggested Davis might already be mapping his exit, stacking paydays before walking away. Maybe even lining up a final blockbuster with Manny Pacquiao. Sean Porter went analytical, saying this isn't like Terrence Crawford moving up. Tank doesn't walk around anywhere near Jake's natural weight. To Porter, the mismatch was obvious. Davis simply doesn't carry the bulk, and the risk is stacked against him from the start.
Now, how you feel about the whole exhibition match in itself?
How you feel about dump truck workers? How you feel about school teachers? How you feel about doctors? How you feel about lawyers? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
get your VCR ready.
You know, people got to get them. You can't. Jay-Z say, hey, Zach.
Yeah.
What Jay-Z said the best? You can't knock the hustle.
You can't knock the hustle.
Now, how y'all gonna get mad? These men could be out here robbing, killing, stealing, doing any other thing in the world, but they putting on entertainment that y'all don't have to watch, but I bet you everybody watch.
I bet
so
you everybody tune in.
You know, everybody tuning in, but they all got something to say. Yo, just enjoy the ride. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, like, Tank is a real live dog in this fight, man.
Real live.
Tank ain't gonna let.
But not everyone saw doom. Robert Garcia believed Davis could still punish Paul if the rules allowed Tank to fight his fight. Hassim Rahman doubled down, saying Davis would knock Jake out cold, no matter the size difference. Shakur Stevenson added his sharp perspective. It's not about Tank's power, it's his ring IQ. Stevenson flat out said there's no way Jake Paul outboxes Davis, not when Tank's been doing this his entire life.
Is there any way any realistic or legitimate way in your mind you could see Jake Paul winning a fight against Tank?
No.
No way.
Nope.
Not a lot of people have talked about Jake and said he's got good power. Not even and I get anything could technically happen, but you don't even see a realistic shot where he could land one big punch and Tank being so much smaller, he just can't handle the power.
Nah, not at all. I think Tank is he's been boxing his whole life. Been boxing since a kid, so I doubt like that's gonna be an issue or problem. I think Jake is good for where he's at.
And yet, voices like Nate Diaz and Mikey Garcia pointed out the obvious: Jake Paul isn't an elite fighter. Against real top-tier competition, size might matter, but not here. Mikey reminded fans that Tank has dropped bigger guys in sparring. To him, Jake's lack of pedigree outweighs any physical advantage. Whether it's knockout predictions, doubts about hunger, or questions about legitimacy, the fight has everyone throwing their opinions into the ring.
I think Tank's gonna win. Even though people think, the size of that. Yeah, but Jake Paul's not a fighter. If it was a real high-level contender, then the bigger man will win. But Jake is not that A-level
He has
fighter.
12 pro fights.
No, it's not Tank gonna beat him.
He has a total of 70 rounds in all his fights.
An elite fighter.
Now, I've seen Tank hurt and drop way bigger guys in sparring with headgear and big gloves.
I think Tank has obviously the power, the advantage, and experience, and also ring IQ. He's gonna win. Even if he doesn't hurt him, because who knows? Maybe the size is too big that he won't hurt him. But
So here we are, folks. Jake Paul versus Gervonta Davis has become one of boxing's most divisive events. Some call it a disgrace, others call it entertainment, but nobody can deny it's captured attention. For Davis, it's about pride, maybe even legacy. For Paul, it's about proving he belongs while rewriting the sports business playbook. And as Dana White made clear, the question of size versus skill won't go away until that opening bell rings.